Carly, what is the question we will be answering tonight?
Why would I need rebar in my concrete patio?
That's right. Why on earth would you ever possibly need rebar in your concrete patio? Magnus, would you say we use a lot of rebar?
Yes.
Yeah? And how do we normally get our rebar? Who brings it?
The trucks.
The big truck from Whitecap, huh? Yep. Yeah, we always have to make sure we got the dog put away so he doesn't, or so she doesn't eat the driver. So we use a lot of rebar, and even more Gator bar now. The Gator bar is a composite rebar made in Michigan. A 3/8 inch diameter Gator bar has the same tensile strength that a 1/2 inch steel rebar has. So out of the last 80 jobs we did, 45 of them had a grid of rebar or Gator bar that was 20 inches on center, and the other 35 had the bar just around the outside edge of the slab. Carly, what do you think people say when I mention putting rebar in their patio?
They're probably like, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Confused, probably.
Exactly. They say things like, it's just a patio. I'll never drive a car on it. Do you think I'm made of money? And are you crazy? Those are all good points to consider. And I may be a little bit crazy. You guys think I'm a little crazy once in a while? Maybe a little bit?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe a little bit, huh?
No.
You don't think I'm a little bit crazy once in a while?
Yeah.
We have a split decision here. But, well, I might be a little bit crazy. But I also, know a few things about concrete that most people don't know about, or that they aren't aware of just yet, I should say. We're gonna educate people tonight. Magnus, have you been along with me or Grandpa to the dump when we dumped concrete?
Yeah.
We remove a lot of concrete. There are a lot of concrete patios in Tucson, most without any rebar in them at all. But like other contractors, I see a whole lot of patios that are busted up every year. Way more than the average person may even notice in a lifetime. Us contractors also have to warranty all the patios we install. That gives us a perspective that few will ever have. We either do a grid of rebar or a perimeter of rebar, but that's the minimum. We don't really do anything without rebar at all in it. It's either going to be a perimeter or a grid, and that kind of is a big part of determining whether you got a 2-year warranty or a 5-year warranty. Carly, have you noticed the cracks in Grandma's patio?
Yeah, they have looked just like that for quite a while now.
Yeah, they have. Almost 10 years. You know why?
Because there's not enough rebar in the concrete?
No, I mean, do you know why they've stayed that way for 10 years?
Because they have rebar in their concrete.
Exactly. Your brother's way on it now, aren't you? It's because we put rebar in there. If we hadn't put the rebar in there, those cracks would be big and ugly by now.
Yeah.
So, I don't believe that the rebar actually stops the concrete from cracking. At least not very much. Maybe a little bit, but not much. What it actually does is keeps them from coming apart. Concrete on its own is hard to the point of being almost brittle. We score lines into it to give the concrete a place to crack, because it always cracks. The rebar is there to keep the concrete from moving after it cracks. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Hey Magnus.
Yeah.
How long after we poured Grandma's patio was it before the cracks appeared?
So, like, 2 weeks.
Think it was 2 weeks? How long do you think, Carly?
If I remember correctly, it was like the day after or the day of or whatever.
Yeah, it was for sure by the next morning. And I don't remember for sure if it was before that, but by the next morning for sure I know we were talking about it. Within a few days of the pour, most of the cracking that was going to happen will already have done so. This is due in large part to the shrinkage caused by excess water leaving the concrete. As time goes on and temperatures fluctuate, the cracks in the slab open and close as it expands and contracts. Does everything expand and contract?
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it? So cracks basically open when it's cool, dirt falls in, the crack closes when it's warm, but can't close completely with the dirt in the way, so the slab slowly walks apart. Carly, did you
Yes.
know that concrete could walk?
No.
Does it make more sense now that I explained it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. The rebar has a definite purpose. Even though your patio may only have a 5-year warranty, it is a 30-year product. And when rebar is paired with 4,000 psi concrete, it has a really good chance of still being there and looking good in 50 years. Say
Oh, we
goodbye,
have a
Chris.
question.
Oh, well, we got a question.
What is the difference between rebar and Gator bar?
Well, rebar is made of steel, and Gator bar is a composite product, which I don't even know the ingredients in it. It's probably proprietary. Yeah, the rebar has got the ribs on it, and it's a total mechanical bond. So everything about it is mechanical. The shape of the rebar makes it hold on to the rebar. And the composite product, the Gator bar and a few other ones, have what they claim is a mechanical and chemical bond. So it's like the concrete can like soak right into it and becomes part of the structure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so which is stronger?
Our number 3/3/8 Gator bar has the same tensile strength as a number 4 steel rebar that's 1/2 inch. So tensile strength, the Gator bar is stronger, but for shear, the rebar is stronger. So I mean, the biggest benefit I see with the Gator bar is the fact that it's not going to rust ever. So if we're using it where there's a lot of water, around pools, where there's irrigation, that sort of thing, I can trust that it's not going to start rusting out and causing a structural problem in the concrete. So I like the Gator bar. I mean, I'm all in on it. I'm sold. My brother, dude, he's been using it in Minnesota for 5-6 years now, and he's had really good luck with it up there. And with the frost and everything pushing up there, if he's having good luck with it, we're going to be just fine with it down here. It's going to be a great product for sure.
So is rebar and Gator bar the same price?
It's really close. The rebar has been going up at a faster rate than the Gator bar. Gator bar's been doing a little bit better. The thing is that Gator bar is a lot lighter and stuff too, so the shipping's a little less. So if anything, the Gator bar's less money than the rebar, but they're pretty comparable.
And how do you know if you're going to use Gator bar or rebar in a job?
So we're going to use Gator bar in every job unless it's spec'd out to use rebar. If there's a plan that has specifications to use Gator bar, we're going to use, or to use rebar, we're going to do it that way. And more and more now across the country, there's architects that are using Gator bar to spec out jobs. So hopefully eventually we'll get into that where we're using it even there. But yeah, if there's a patio, if there's a driveway, if there's a sidewalk that we're putting a 5-year warranty on, and it doesn't have a set of plans with it, we're going to use Gator bar for sure. And the guys like it. It's really lightweight. It's easy to cut. And once you've handled Gator bar, you never ever want to go back to handling rebar again.
So it's as easy to tie Gator bar as it is rebar?
Yeah, it's just as easy to tie. The only thing is that it's so light that it'll bounce around a little bit more with the pump and stuff, so you've got to set some anchors to hold it all in place. But it ties the same way, it shears the same way, everything about it's the same. It's the same dimensionally as a 3/8 rebar. So it's just swap one for the other. Alright, say goodbye guys.
Bye.